For the Twins, we're expecting Rocco momentarily. He's outside, and he'll be followed by Carlos Correa and Sonny Gray. Congrats.
You sit in the middle.
All right, we'll get started with Sonny and Rocco. If you have a question, Alyssa's got the microphone. We'll start with Phil to your left, guys.
Okay, Rocco, how does it feel?
Like everything you imagine that it feels like. It's elation. I feed off of all the energy of all of our guys because our guys bring it every day on the field, and they can celebrate too. And that feeling, watching them go at it, I mean, it's one of the best feelings in the world because we work our whole lives to get to moments like this, just to have a chance, and we took advantage of our chance.
Other questions?
Yeah. Was it a blister issue with Duran there in the ninth?
I would kind of go with whatever our trainer thinks it was, but he had a little cut on the top of his thumb. I'm not sure, if it was from a seam of a ball that he threw or if it was his nail that clipped the top of his thumb. And it started to bleed a little bit. It wasn't heavy bleeding or anything like that, but enough to bother him a little bit while he was pitching. So the umpires were helpful just in the fact that they gave us time to responsibly work on him, get him in a good spot. And then for him to go out there and settle in and get those outs, it was enormous.
Other questions for Rocco and Sonny? To your left, guys.
Sonny, can you walk us through that pickoff play and what, was that called? Was that just you and Carlos making eye contact? Can you just walk us through that?
So it's something that, in all honesty, something that we started in spring training. I know it can be like cliche to say like, oh, you do this in spring training, blah, blah, blah. But it is something that we started in spring training. We've done it throughout the course of the season. We actually picked someone off like that in the middle of the season at some point. We worked on it last week before coming into the postseason. And Carlos comes up after the first inning, and there was traffic on the bases throughout the game. He comes up after the first inning, and he says, hey, listen to me. They can't hear the third base coach yell back. You can pick. There's going to be an option to pick. He's like, the timing pick is going to be there. It's going to be there. And then we were like, okay. So the game unfolds, how it unfolds. We get there in the fifth inning. 3-2 count, and I hear timing pick, second base, and I'm like, all right, yeah, we talked about this. Cool. So now I'm just trying to go through my process, all of my normal ticks and all the stuff that I do or whatever, and then I get on the mound, and then I'm waiting for it to unfold. I turn. And when I turn, I see Carlos at the bag, and I see Vladdy off the bag a decent amount. So I turn, give the ball to Carlos. Carlos catches it, makes an incredible tag, goes at it, makes and we get him out. And from my understanding, asking after the fact, I said, "Who you put that on? Did you put that on?" "Yeah, that away." And he said, "No, Carlos put that on." And I said, "No." Cuss word. So for him to have the awareness earlier in the game to say, hey, this is an option. This is there for us. And then in a moment like that, to have the awareness to relay it from shortstop to the dugout and the dugout to relay it into the pitch comms, for me, it was just about executing a play. But for him to have that awareness is what makes him special. 100%, and that's tells you right there about how a home crowd or a home field advantage or whatever can come into your favor. And the crowd was incredible. They were incredible yesterday. They were incredible today. From the moment I stepped on the mound an hour before the game to the moment, they're probably still out there, honestly. The crowd really, really, really helped us win that game today.
To your left, guys, Phil.
And along those lines, we've heard all season through one of the worst seasons of Carlos's career that he's a different guy in the playoffs. We're 2 days in, and we've been talking about Carlos Correa both days. What can you say about his how he comes through in the postseason?
Let me go.
You can go.
I just think his calmness, his demeanor, there's not a moment that's too big. Superstars show up in the biggest moments. We saw Royce yesterday. We saw Carlos yesterday. Your finger all right?
Yeah, that's good.
Good, Big D? We saw Carlos today, not just with his play, big knock, incredible plays, but just the way that he sees the game, the way that he can slow it down is a special player.
Anything else for Rocco or Sonny before we focus on Mr. Duran? To your left, guys.
Rocco, this bullpen kind of got remade on the fly, obviously. Guys in new roles, guys coming back from injuries. How satisfying was it these past couple games to be able to mix and match and have basically everybody come through?
Yeah. I mean, Sonny went out there today, pitched tremendously. Pablo yesterday pitched tremendously. And then our bullpen, they just came in and closed the curtain on the series. I mean, they put a stop to everything that could have happened. And it was every guy we turned to went out and executed. It comes down to very simple things, even in the biggest moments. And our bullpen was able to slow down, just do what they do very well, and continue to execute over and over again. And Sonny just mentioned slowing the game down, something that we were just talking about Carlos, and he's ready for anything at any time, and that's what you need from all of your guys, including your bullpen guys. And they came in and just it comes down to just making good pitches. They all have great stuff, and capped off by the guy sitting to my right over here. If they make the pitches they want to make, they're going to have success, and they did.
One last one for Rocco or Sonny. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Rocco, eighth inning, 2-0. It could have been second and third, nobody out except they hit the ball to Taylor and Correa on those two plays. What do you think of that?
Yeah, my note card has Correa and Taylor on it over here, and these are two defenders of the highest order. Like they complete outs, they finish innings all on their own, and a lot of the times when you're not expecting it to happen. The play that Carlos made going across his body when I think it was Bichette, because we have to play. Bichette uses the field so well that we have to play him and push everyone to these really weird spots on the right side of the field. And then he kind of hit a ground ball where he normally wouldn't. And Carlos came in and played the hop so well. And to be able to complete that play going at such a funny angle, it's a play that I bet is not completed most of the time. And again, he gets it done. So Michael Taylor makes everything, solidifies everything on our team out there. When the ball goes up and you know someone's going to approach the play the right way, and he's just a great athlete on top of it. He does it all. He's just so efficient. He gets it done every time. And those two guys, a big reason why we're sitting up here talking right now is those two guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Take the last one for Sonny and Rocco.
Yeah, Sonny, you mentioned the traffic on the bases. I think in 4 of your 5 innings, only 1 of your 5 innings was clean as far as 1, 2, 3 goes. So what did it take mentally just to keep the fortitude that you had to execute when you had to in the biggest moments?
Honestly, it's just something that if you followed us for the course of the season, I started off great. Everything was, what it was. I went through a lull of, for instance, tonight, single, broken bat single, and then I went through a lull of walk, walk, another soft single, another this and that, and then something that I knew that was not acceptable, something that I knew that was not me. So it almost flipped the script as in, you know, you get a runner on base, you get this and that. It doesn't matter. You're going to continue to, and I call it cliche, call it like you keep saying it or whatever. But you're just going to continue to attack guys. You're just going to not give in. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to trust your stuff. You're going to trust your defense. And you're just going to know that what you do and what you have is good enough. The only way that it can snowball and go the other direction is if you start 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, walk, free pass, compound interest, things that continue to snowball in that way. If a guy, I mean, they had 5 or 6 base hits, I'm not sure, but it was singles. They're all singles. And it's something that in the past, and even this year in the past, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, and I get pissed because I don't like giving up hits. I don't like walking guys. So I give up a single, and then I'm just like, you know, like, but it's like, you know what? You executed a pitch. They found a way to hit a single, and it was kind of like being able to wash that to the side and say, like, who cares? I'm going to continue to attack this guy. I'm going to come right at this guy. I'm going to let my defense work on this guy. I'm going to fill up the zone with this guy. I'm just going to stay in the moment, and I'm going to continue to attack these guys, and good things are going to happen if you have that mindset.
Rocco, Sonny, thanks so much. We'll let you get back to the party, and we'll see you in Houston.
Thank you.
Plan.
Thank you.
Joanne, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Question.